Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Spiritual Insight Show. I am Reverend Tiffany White Sage Woman, and thank you so much for tuning in this evening. So whether you are actually watching this live on Facebook Live, or you are tuning in via the radio, thank you so much for tuning in. Just wanted to give a shout out real quick to everyone on Facebook who's watching. So just real quick. Yay. So, and for those of you who have called in, I just want to give a little warning. If you are going to pretty much listen on radio and then try to watch on Facebook Live, there is a delay, and it's actually going to kind of going to make you feel like the whole syncing is off, because it is. So, hello everyone, and thank you so much. Again, you can call in. The call-in number is 323-870-3791. I will be taking some callers here in a little bit. I'll be taking callers shortly. But the main thing I like to do is just, I always like to be available to deliver messages from the guides, to channel messages from the guides and angels and higher beings at this time. It's really needed because we are going through so many changes currently, and we will remain to have these changes for a while. So it's good that we have as much advice that we can from those that are for our highest and greatest and want to come in and assist us. So again, welcome everyone. Thank you for taking time out of your schedule to sit in Sacred Circle with us this evening. Whether you are, again, watching to this live, listening to this live, or whether you are going to listen or watch this in archives, thank you so much for sitting in Sacred Circle with each of us this evening. The spot has been reserved for you from the universe, knowing you're going to watch this or listen to this, and this space of healing has been created for you. So thank you so much for just showing up and for being present. So hello, Sheila. Hello, everyone. Yay. Hi, Sheila from Canada. Yay. Thanks so much for tuning in via Facebook Live. And this is, if you wanted to, those of you who are listening, you do want to maybe log on to Facebook and watch this live. It's on the Goldylocks Productions page, and that's Goldylocks with a Y. Oh, sorry, my husband is coming in, so my dogs are greeting him. Goldylocks Productions page, Goldylocks with a Y. All right, GOLDYLOCKS Productions. So go there, and you will be able to see that this is a live broadcast. So, all right, and again, for those that do want to call in, 323-870-3791. Be sure to press 1 if you would like to ask a question. Now, and when I say this, when you want to get on air with me, let's chit chat for a moment. Let's talk. If you have questions right now about your future, about, oh my goodness, can I get a job? How about my love life? How about this? How about that? I want you to listen to this show first. I want you to listen. Just listen. And that's what we're going to do, is I'll go through and give the messages, and then I'm going to reserve time for callers probably at the end of the show. So if you have called in, just remain on the line, because it's first come, first serve, and if you're in a first to 3 spots for calling in, you're going to give those up if you hang up. All right. So again, welcome everyone. And for those of you who are familiar with the show, I like to always give messages from not just our guides, angels, ascended masters, but we have so many guides. And when I say guides, we have crystals and gemstones, and we have our spirit power animals, and And oh, hello from Montana. Hello, Amanda. Thank you for tuning in on Facebook Live. Hello. I'm going to greet each person that leaves a comment. So you can leave a comment too. All right. So I like to give a crystal message as well each week and this power animal message. And then pretty much the topic is what has been channeled from the guides, ascended beings. There's a lot of ascended beings coming through. And these are our elders. These are very high vibrational beings that are excited that we have made it into the 5th dimension. Yay! Yes, for a lot of us, it's still kind of a process. For some, it was easier. Some are even ascending above 5th dimension. Now, it doesn't mean, and please don't compare and contrast, all right, with anyone else. Everyone's on their own progress. They're in their own progress, and everyone, as long as you're doing that, that's great. I'm going to put the comments on the screen right now for those watching because I think they're beautiful. So just wanted to say, show everyone hi. And this is recorded, so I will be putting that on, of course, later on. And thank you, Amla. Love your laugh. That's so sweet. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. So I will display your comments, and they're being recorded, so you can enjoy them later. All right, so you see how the energies, I feel like I'm like all over the place. How many of us feel like that? Do we feel like we're pulled in all directions? Do we feel like we're space cadets? Woohoo! Yeah. It's nothing to do with our hair color either. Trust me. I'm sure we all feel like we've been a bit spacey. We've been off, having a hard time grounding lately, even questioning if grounding works anymore because we're trying so darn hard to stay balanced. And it seems like it's getting harder, doesn't it? We just have to keep at it as we feel like we're twisting and twirling and in a tornado or a hurricane. But, all right, so let's start with the crystal message for the week. So the crystal message of the week comes from this very beautiful mineral, Argonite. And I am actually going to put that on the screen too. So let me see. Comment here. All right, so the crystal message for the week. The crystal for the week is Argonite. Argonite. And it comes in so many different colors. And it's really, really pretty. Let me see if it showed up here. Yeah, there we go. Here, and I gotta show it on the screen. So the crystal for the week is Argonite. That's how you spell it. If you're not sure what it looks like, then you can Google it. So that's why I put the spelling up here as well, or use a search engine, whatever search engine you like. Don't seem like I'm promoting anyone. Anyway, so Argonite, and it comes in various different colors, like white, gray, can be colorless, yellow, pale blue, violet, or brown. And Argonite is also the primary mineral that makes up the organic compound commonly known as mother of pearl. I'm sure everyone knows what mother of pearl is. Will know that the mineral behind that is Argonite. So Argonite is a grounding stone. Hey, check it out. We have trouble feeling like we're grounded. Let's get some Argonite. I'm sure a lot of us feel like we need like this huge, huge piece. It's got to be delivered with like a forklift and just stick it right in the middle of our home. Yes, that's what we need. It's often used to center and ground physical energies and is very useful during stressful times. Argonite stabilizes the base chakra and strengthens your connection with the earth. It helps foster truth, the divine truth, stability, understanding, and clear perception. So it warms the extremities. If you hold it in your hand, if a smaller piece, of course, or you touching a bigger piece, it will make you feel all warm and tingly and bring energy to the entire body. It actually aids in calcium absorption. Let's get rid of that calcium. Let's get calcified. Have you heard that? Your third eye, right? So if you have a smaller piece of Argonite, I would actually put it right on top of your third eye, lay down, put it on top of your third eye. It helps with getting rid of that calcium, okay, of excess calcium, and it helps your body to, because my guides are correcting me now. Right? It helps get rid of the excess calcium or calcification that's not needed, but it helps your body to absorb the calcium that your body does need. So it helps to absorb the good, get rid of the bad. Got it. And if you have night twitches and muscle spasms, it's good to have a small piece under the pillow or a bigger piece beside the bed. That type of energy from your stones can help you. And it really does work. It's not just something to promote sales for gemstones and crystals. Because I'll tell you, I used to suffer from extreme insomnia. Or I just had a very hard time with sleep. And I have a lot of crystals and gemstones now all around the head of my bed, or on my side, and even on my husband's side. And I've just got them all in our bedroom to aid in with sleeping and dreams, or remembering your dreams, and in astral travels. But I started off with really 2 small sizes of amethyst and put them in the pillow, on the bottom of the pillow. And that really helped. So then I got an amethyst geode, something a little bit bigger, like one of the cathedrals, and put that beside the bed. And then it works. It really works. And then I put a salt lamp in there in my bedroom. So it really does work. These things really do work to help bring in a much calmer type of energy. You're reprogramming it to just get rid of anything that's not balanced, anything that you can't sleep or rest. It gets rid of all that for you. So again, I'm going to show one more time that crystal of the week is Argonite. All right, so there we go. I'll put that down. Now we're going to get into and I'll put this up on the screen for those that are watching, the power spirit animal. And I love all of these messages. And you see how they all kind of just come together. They have like very similar meanings, because it's kind of like, oh, they're going to come together. So it's really, really great how it all works. So see just one moment. Okay, so the power spirit animal, before we get into that, I actually would like to show this other comment here by Amanda. The amethyst has helped my children prevent nightmares and love it. Yes, to see people, it really does work. We're not just talking smack here. It really does work. And it has helped. I used it on my son too. My boys are a little bit older now, but when they were younger, their minds were going. And my youngest son, too, had a hard time sleeping. And I started off with him, though, before I used the amethyst. And this you could do, too, is I got a little small pillow of dried lavender. And then I took lavender oil and would sprinkle it on top of that, so it activated even the dried, so you get all that really powerful, right? And I would put it under his pillow, and trust me, you can still smell it. And then I did put amethyst on his headboard, and the gemstone amethyst, and the combination knocked him out. He was getting sleep. And so that's, and so I check on them every once in a while, once they leave home and your kids are a little older, and it's like, are you getting sleep? Are you doing what you remember, as children? You've got amethyst by the bed. Come on, you know what to do. Let's utilize some of that. Utilize what you were brought up with, right? All right, so the power spirit animal for the week is ibis. IBIS. How many people know what ibis is? I actually had to look it up because I forgot. I knew it was a bird of some sort, a winged creature. And actually the history of it is very beautiful, and so is the message. Just taking a sip of water here. Woo! All right, so the power animal for the week, ibis. I hope I'm saying that correctly too, IBIS. So these birds live all over the world, but mainly in warmer climates. And there's so many different types of ibis. If you were to put the name in the search engine, you would see all the different colors. I mean, they live in Australia, they live in Florida, they're all over where there's water. But there are many different types of them. And you may not recognize it when you look at these bizarre looking water waders with their massive bills, and they have like a vacant expression. But they're looking at, but what you look at when you're looking at this bird is a group of birds that has actually inspired humankind for literally centuries. Not ringing any bells yet? Let me keep going here. These are only a few birds for whom their names have changed very little since the dawn of the written alphabet itself. But ibis, named by the Greeks a few thousand years before, is one of them. So anyone with a passing interest in Egyptian mythology, or Egyptian history at this point, right, has seen the man with the ibis head. You remember what his name is? Thoth. Yes. So the Egyptian god Thoth, and we say it's a bird head, but it's an ibis head with that really long crooked bill. So now you know, if you didn't know that. It turns out that the ibis are raised specifically to be included in burial ceremonies, as we know, what archaeologists are finding, because the ibis filled mummies at these archaeological sites and digs. So I know that seems kind of cruel, doesn't it? It's like, oh my gosh, they raise these birds just to sacrifice them in the mummification process. But let's think about that for a minute. Why would they do that? And why would the god mimic this bird? Of course, with the wings, maybe to help cross over to the afterlife. But it's full of a lot of history again. According to the Mediterranean legend, the southern bald ibis was the first bird released by Noah after the biblical flood. It wasn't a dove. Most people said recognized it wasn't a dove, and have said that it was a different type of bird, and it's the ibis. There's so many different theories on that, though. So just take what you want and leave the rest. All right, so now let's bring it forward to modern times. Can anyone tell me where they've seen an ibis, maybe mascot? The football team at the University of Miami has a mascot, a tough-looking white ibis, known locally as the hurricane bird, because of its bravery, but some may say because of its stupidity in riding out those massive storms. So, wow, that's just amazing. Mind-blowing, isn't it? Egyptians, biblical tales, football. Wow, no wonder they're so loved. It's clear that ibis have been part of a human civilization for as long as there has been civilization. There is documentation on these birds. So what powerful, powerful spirit animal we have to step forward for us this week. And some of the spiritual qualities of ibis is the connection, of course, to the Egyptian deities, wisdom, enlightenment, the ability to work with or reconnect magic, our magic, okay? Understanding ancient wisdom, all right? And so, oh, look, this is my dog, Ty. Say hi, Ty. Ty, say hi to everybody. Yes, I know, sweetie. Good boy. All right. So we thank the ibis for giving us the message, and we thank, of course, the Argonite, the crystal message. Oh, what are you saying? Dogs rule? Forget the birds? The canine power? Huh? What, is Anubis jealous? Maybe the Anubis dog head. Okay, you're so silly. Anyway, I know for those of you who are listening, you really don't get to see who called in on the radio. I really do encourage, if you would like to, maybe just hang up and go watch live, because you can comment, and it's a lot of fun. All right, to watch it live. All right, so never a dull moment with pets, is it? We all know that. And I love it. It's so, I won't edit this out. It's so unscripted. You just got to go with it. I love it. I love it. It's life. It's life. All right, so the topic is going to seem kind of crazy. But let's think about this for a moment. The topic is become naked and strip off your worldly identity. It is safe for now to become naked with life. Now, as I say this, I'm sure there's a lot of laughter and giggles. And please, please, please don't actually strip off your clothes and run around naked in public. I'm not telling you to do that. Please, I don't want anyone to get busted and tell the cops, yeah, but this chick on Facebook Live said to get naked and run around. No, hold on. It's not what I'm saying. What I'm talking about, the getting naked part, is you're going to strip back your learned beliefs, mental or emotional security blankets that we have created mostly out of fears and lies that we tell ourselves, lies that were told to us, so that we could live with less blocks and obstruction than ever before. We're stripping away those types of things. I'm sure many of us have had that time, our period in our life when we're asking, who are we really? You know, who am I really? Not what my family thinks of me, who I am, or what anyone else thinks that I am, but who am I in my heart and soul? Imagine the conditioning that has kept life just beyond your reach. Conditioned beliefs about money, time, security, having, saving, storing away, holding on to, and controlling can be surrendered and allowed to fall away. All of these security feelings that we have can just, let's put that aside for a moment, all right? What would it be like to feel as though you were on vacation every day? Seriously, what would it feel like if you were on vacation every day? Would your life be different if you lived your life your way? Would you be happier, more joyful? Would you be healthier? Now, who says you can't live life your way? As long as you're not harming anyone else in the process. All right. It is at an advanced stage or vibration of our spiritual life that we are able to feel supported within, significantly enough to surrender our defenses layer by layer and to nakedly accept what is. And if you're watching this or you're listening to this, whether it's live or recorded, you are on your spiritual path. We are all making progress. We are all doing this layer by layer. Now, whether we are consciously realizing it or subconsciously, or we just aren't really aware of it yet, but we are going through it. You know something is different, but what is that that's different? All right. So, yes, sometimes we do need our defenses. However, in other times, it is clear that we are outgrowing them. We really are outgrowing our defenses. What have you outgrown personally? I'm going to ask you some questions, and I just want you to, if you have a pad of paper and pen, and just jot these down really quick, or you can watch this if you're driving. For those who are listening on radio and have called in on their phone, please don't do this until you're in a safe place. Usually those who are watching on Facebook Live might be on the computer or phone in a secure location to where they can write. So take these notes, or like I said, watch it in archive and answer these questions. What have you outgrown? So how about, have you outgrown your ideas about productivity, about control, about money and time? Have you outgrown any of these things? And what I mean by the outgrown, are you tired of doing the same thing over and over and over again without results that you would like to see? How about that? Do you have abundance? Do you have trust and living with the divine, knowing that everything is turning out okay? If not, let's work on this. Let's work on that. Are you ready to be much more vulnerable and exposed in this life? There's a little hesitation there, isn't there? Because that's that defense. You're feeling that defense rise up going, And there's security in that defense, isn't there? Because that's all you've known. All we've known. All we were raised to know. So let's say the last question does scare you, doesn't it? Are you ready to be so much more vulnerable and exposed in this life? What do you mean, Tiffany? Well, you don't have to hide behind being so organized or perfect or in control or financially secure and stable, whether it's emotionally or physically, or, and again, these are all false impressions of who you think you are, or maybe that was put on you by society, even by our families. Sometimes we're harder on ourselves than anybody else sometimes. We really are. Now, you don't need any other acceptable social face. Anything labels, how about that too? The labels, the acceptable sociable labels. Take those labels off. Now is the moment for you to loosen those strings and the cords and that binding energy, because it's so twisted, of your own controlling nature. They are too tight and they're too restrictive for us anyway, right? They're too restrictive for you. So let's just slowly start to unwind it. Okay? And then this is how many of us are feeling right now. We're feeling that we're, on a subconscious level, we're taking care of our work. And then consciously, now we're starting to feel like maybe there's a slight tug of war, where there's a major tug of war, or whether it's like, oh, you know what, I feel this is going on deep in my heart and soul. But physically, I still need to do this. And why? Because that's that fear, that security. All right. We were created to live and to be in a much freer way. And when you live as you were divinely created and how to be, rather than how you have been conditioned or programmed to live, you will experience so much greater joy, freedom, and support. Really will. When you are not resisting yourself or resisting the natural flow of life, there is less resisting of what you need as it comes to you. So that's what it means by peeling it away layer by layer. We're not resisting who we truly are. And many of us are finally exploring who we truly are in this naked state, right? Oh, this is who I really am. I can't hide it. And we joke around, okay, so physical nakedness, we can hide that, of course. We do hide it with clothes, cover it up. whatever, and we can make our body shape be however we perceive with the trickery of clothes. We do the same thing on so many different levels, whether it's physical or etheric, esoteric. You know, we do this so much more than we realize, whether it's a mask that we put on, and like I said, these labels we hide behind. You know, if you were to lose your job, would that devastate you? Would you be able to survive? If you lost your job, though, don't you have the skills to go get another job, right? You have that experience, you have work experience to go somewhere else. But it's that, oh no, I don't have this anymore. Maybe it was time to leave that job. We are expanding, and let's allow something greater to come in and to happen. You know, and so the day of getting into a job that has wonderful benefits and you stay there till you retire, really is out the window now. There's very few like that at all. Unless, of course, you know, maybe it's government, but other than that, no. Companies aren't doing that. Big companies aren't paying insurance anymore. So where's the security with all of this? So we do have to shed all of this. And it's just taking that proverbial, we call it leap of faith, isn't it? But we can do that. We can absolutely do it. Because guess what? This is the phase that we're all in right now anyway. All this twisting and pulling and changing. Guess what's really happening? Is we're shedding. Now, I want you to think of a snake shedding its skin. It's not standing. It's not laying still in a straight line and shedding its skin. Have you ever watched a snake shed its skin? It is wiggling, you know. It is like almost like twisting and turning and shedding out of its skin. Anything to get that skin off. It's the twisting and the, don't we feel this way? Twisting and the binding and the, oh, I feel so crazy, like I'm in this spiral type of energy. It's because you're shedding. Shed those layers we're talking about. Shed. And what are we shedding? Whether it's an identity, a status symbol, such as a car, a home, or where you live in the community, a certain neighborhood that you live in, a relationship, or relationships. You know, there's a group of people. So it is an uncomfortable feeling to shed. Oh, thank you. Yes, I'm going to share that one too. Thanks, Amanda. Yeah. So see, Amanda, it's uncomfortable feeling. It is. Shedding is very uncomfortable. And here's the thing too, is how many of us, we befriend that security and that fear because it has been our skin for a long time. And so as we feel it leaving, as we're shedding, and it's like, wait. It's like you're losing an old friend. No, let it go. It's not serving you anymore. It's not for your highest and greatest. Nothing energetically in this life is meant to be permanent. Everything is moving constantly and changes. Relationship, people coming in and out of our life. A lot of times they're just meant to be temporary. And we just want to, no, hold on to it, make it permanent. But we are energetic beings. We can't be still and stagnant. This is what creates our own blocks. All right, so we're shedding all of this because no matter what the appearance of all these things that we're holding on to, all right, these old forms are way too constricting for us now. It doesn't work for us anymore. It doesn't fit. It's also like your soul and spirit is trying to walk in shoes that are way too small. So see, I used a shedding the skin of a snake for the guys. And how about, let's talk about shoes for women. It's all good. I'm just making the joke here. All right. So yes, shoes is a great analogy too. So you're walking in shoes that are way too small for you. Come on. We know what that feels like. They start to feel uncomfortable and they start to pinch. So now when you're in a job that you needed to leave and you're still there, what happens? Don't you start to feel uncomfortable? People turn on you. People who were nice suddenly are mean to you. You don't feel supported anymore. All these things are happening not to be mean to you, and we take things so darn personal. What did I do? No, what we're doing is we're missing the point of, let's take ourselves out of the equation for a moment. Let's not take ourselves so personally. And maybe we're missing the message that the universe is sending, that it's time to move on. It's time to go to another place that's for our highest and greatest. That's for the best. It's not just job. It can be relationships. It can be whatever situation you're in. All right. But again, it's like walking in shoes. They start that are too small. They're uncomfortable and they pinch. And eventually, they will just fall completely apart. If we stay there too long, it will fall apart. Let's use the job again, where you just get fired. But if you can't emotionally handle being fired and see the beauty in that, it's going to devastate you, and it could sidetrack you or block you for even a little longer. So we have to have this confidence. Let's pay attention to the signs that we are receiving, that it is time to move on. And again, yes, change and the shedding is painful, but when we're done with it, it's like, it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. How many of us has done that? We get total anxiety over the whole idea or concept of taking a step in another direction. But when we actually do it and we get through it and we look back on it and go, oh, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Man, I should have done that a long time ago. Hello? Right. We make things worse than they need to be. And staying in skin or shoes that are way too small, that's going to cause health issues if we don't listen either. All right. So you are being guided. Each and every one of us, we're being divinely guided to trust. And we got to rely on that inner knowing, because on some level, you really do understand everything. You understand this. You really do. You understand that this shedding is needed in order to truly free yourself. Your heart, your soul, your sacred soul center gets it. What gets in the way? The mind, when we overthink, right? So we need to shh with the mind. So we truly do get it. Because as you let go, all right, now as you're letting go, as you're shedding, there is also, yes, it is uncomfortable, but you may also feel a temporary emptiness. And those who are just so empathic and so sensitive, and they feel every little thing that's happening in their life. So now, oh, this is great. I'm just done shedding. I'm supposed to feel fantastic, but I feel empty. First, you're not used to your new skin yet. Anything that you have let go of inside too, and in your energy field, you may have heard where it can leave holes or it leaves an empty space. So now what you just need to do is to fill this. We're going to fill this with new expanding space of fulfillment. Just love. If I start to feel like I'm empty, I go through, let's start asking ourselves some questions. Did I just go through a shedding process? Absolutely, I did. There's signs that are undeniable. If you're going through a shedding process, they're all there. We, again, just have to take ourselves out of the situation by not taking everything so personal. No one's doing anything to you to be mean. I'm not saying people don't do that, but a lot of times, I want you to think about this. they are messengers too. They are messengers from the divine of move on. I know it's hard to, but this person cursed at me, was really mean to me, and they were just giving me a message. Yeah, because they made you feel unwanted, and it made you feel like they were trying to really make you feel like I've had enough. I'm not going to do this anymore, and I'm going to move into this next direction. All right, they're trying to help you in your shedding process. And so even the things we don't understand and things that we think that people are being mean, they could be messengers, and they could be also helping us via the divine. And of course, there's just some people, and there's just so many different types of people. Of course, there are people who work for karma. We should stop and think about that. Every one of us, too, has worked for karma in one way, shape, or form in our life. How many times have we said or done something and go, wow, I normally wouldn't say or do something like that to this particular person, but I did. But you did help them whether you realized it or not. Okay? So we all work for karma at one point or another, whether it's just temporarily. The permanent workers for karma is a whole different show topic. But we need these people in life too. But we are evolving at such a expanding at such a fast rate that guess what? We are taking care of any karmic debt very fast now. Very quick. Where it used to take years and years and years and lifetimes to pay our karmic debt for us to balance it out, it's happening very fast. Even if it's just that whole intention of, I want to make everything right. I want to make everything balanced. I don't have to suffer anymore. You don't. You never had to suffer. We don't have to suffer. We don't have to prolong anything. Just let's make this right now. I'm going to stay balanced within myself, and this corrects everything vibrationally from the past, now to the future. It corrects everything in every realm. We don't understand how powerful we are. When we balance ourselves, it's like a domino effect, and it really does help a lot of other people. So when we hear, peace and tranquility and all this starts at home, they're talking about it starts within. Absolutely, it starts with you. With you. That beautiful song, Let There Be Peace on Earth, and let it begin with me. Right? Let it begin with you. Peace begins with you. Me, with us all, with inside us. So if you haven't heard that song, Let There Be Peace on Earth, it's very beautiful. You should listen to that too. I like to sing it. I'm not going to sing it for you though. Scare y'all away. Excuse me. All right. Whoo, yeah. And make sure you're taking care of yourself too during the shedding process. Drink lots of water. And I know you may also be craving more natural, organic type of foods, and just be gentle with your body. And even if you crave a hamburger or you crave something that's not healthy, you can just a little, just a little bit, because your body might need that. Seriously. If you're doing really good with your diet, there's times when it's like, I want a candy bar. I want the whole candy bar. I don't want half. I want the whole candy bar, and I'm going to eat it. And eat it, and I feel fine. I balance out. So it's whatever, that you can handle craving-wise. Is it just a craving, or is it what your body really wants? We're going to listen to that, too, because there's a difference. When you're constantly craving sugars and sweet, that's not good. But when there's something you get a taste for, a certain craving of, I would like to have this, and you haven't had it in a while, then it's not going to hurt you to have it once. Moderation was always the key when we were taught in eating, is moderation and blessing your food. Many people bless the food anymore. Whether it was saying the grace or the blessing, bless your food. You're blessing, when you bless your food, you're blessing the animals, the earth, the farmers, the chef. I mean, everyone is giving gratitude. And when you give gratitude to whatever you consume, food or drink, and it goes into your body, and it works for your highest and greatest and just expels what is not needed. So it really does work. It really does. It's like giving your food and drink a healing via gratitude. With gratitude, I'm going to heal it. I'm going to change the chemistry of this food and drink to suit my body's highest and greatest. Absolutely, we are that powerful. Absolutely, it works. We all know microwaves change the whole chemistry of our food and drink. Anything you put in there, it's been documented. It's not healthy. Well, we're powerful beings. We can bless and change it in a more positive and balanced way, can't we? Absolutely, we can. All right. So what I would like to do is to expand the space for you. For many of you who are going through the shedding process, let's expand it and compact some of these vacancies that's taken place within you. And you may have heard there's a lot of powerful decrees to release contracts, vows, agreements. And the reason for this is because we hold ourselves back. So even if you've done one in the past, you can do this again, and you can do it as many times as you need to. Thank you, Sherry Scott. I love you too. All right, so let's do this. If you are listening via the phone, please wait until you're in a safe place, until you are home. If you cannot do this now, then listen to the archive, listen to the recording of the show. Like I said, the video will be put back out. And say this decree, what we're going to do together right here, right now. And then I want you to repeat it as much as you feel necessary to. But this is a decree to release all contracts, vows, and agreements made not only in this life, but in past lives as well. Because a lot of times we do bring stuff over from past lives that we're not even aware of. We all have luggage. We really do. And as we all admit, we have luggage. As soon as we admit that, we can work on ourselves, all right? We can take care of it. All right, so I'm going to prepare yourself. Do what you like to do to prepare yourself for any type of, this isn't a meditation, but you can put yourself in that kind of calm, relaxing state. When I say a sentence, and I'll let you know when, you're going to repeat after me. Make sure you are in a comfortable place with no interruptions. Again, repeat this as often as you feel you need to. I'm going to talk, I know I've talked about this in past shows too, about your dragons, and this is a very important time to work with dragons. Dragons and unicorns have returned back to this physical earth plane. They're getting closer and closer and working with us. They've always been with us, but in the higher vibrations, and you had to go there to work with them. But I want you to invite your personal dragon. If you don't know who your personal dragon is, that's fine. I want to invite my dragon and all the mighty fire dragons to assist us. All right? All the elemental dragons, right? Elemental dragons. So then we're gonna concentrate on the fire ones. So your dragon, who uses all the elements, and we're going to call in the fire dragons as well. So you have your dragon, your fire dragons, your guides, angels, ascended beings, all those for your highest and greatest. With any type of decree like this, even in the 2 minutes, and I give it 2 minutes, face east. Face east. You know, the sun comes up. Face that direction if you can. And we're going to say this decree 3 times out loud. I'm going to say it. You can repeat it. Okay. So here we go. Under the law of one, I completely rescind any current life and past life, contracts and agreements that I have made in the physical or etheric realms. I now dissolve all energy vows. I command the complete freedom of my body, the complete freedom of my soul to complete my mission here on earth. I now illuminate my chakras to their maximum potential and dedicate myself in service to Divine Source. I am a master in all that I am. Take a deep breath. How does that feel? We're going to go through this again. Under the law of one, I completely rescind any current life and past life contracts and agreements that I have made in the physical or etheric realms. I now dissolve all energy vows. I command the complete freedom of my body and soul to complete my mission here on earth. I now illuminate my chakras, all the chakras, to their maximum potential and dedicate myself in service to Divine Source. I am a master in all that I am. And one more time. Under the law of one, I completely rescind any current life and past life contracts and agreements that I have made in the physical or etheric realms. I now dissolve all energy vows. I command the complete freedom of my body and soul to complete my mission here on earth. I now illuminate my chakras to their maximum potential and dedicate myself in service to Divine Source. I am a master in all that I am. It is so. Everyone say out loud, it is so. It's like put in the on it. Feel this decree being taken to Divine Source by the dragons. Yes, angels are messengers too, but these dragons are taking it right to the Divine Source Force and the fire dragons. So thank your dragons. Thank your personal dragon, the fire dragons, the guides, and the angels. And take a deep breath. And doesn't that feel great? Now, if you would like to have a copy of this, please email me, contact me. You can contact me through my website, whitesagewoman.com. And again, let me write that down. I think last time I didn't write it down for somebody. Somebody misunderstood what I was saying. So let me, whitesagewoman.com is my website. You can message me from there. You can email me. Just say, hey, I would like to get the words to that decree. And there are so many different decrees out there. I'm sure that you could find too. But if you'd like to have that specific one, just please be sure to email me or contact me. Again, here it is, my website, whitesagewoman.com. Contact me through my website, and I will be happy to email that to you as well. All right, so there we go. It's very powerful, and I hope you caught when you do this, when you are free to do your mission here on earth, does it matter if you're in a relationship or not when you're doing your mission? Does your mission require you to have, now, all relationship, of course, we're all here to help each other, of course, but don't let that stop you or block you from doing your mission. I think you get what I'm trying to say here, right? All right, relationships are all important part of our missions, but don't let it be a hang up either. You can do your mission here on this earth. Illuminate the chakras. I think I said all the chakras. We have more than just the 7 physical chakras. For our physical body, we have so much more outside of us and around us. So this is like all the energy centers, all the chakras. All right. So everything is being activated. All right. So how do you feel? Do you feel a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more at ease in the shedding process? Does the shedding process feel a little easier right now? When we go through this and we have to do this constant release, and every day you have to, but it's meditation, it's grounding, it's balancing, even if it's just to repeat this decree. When I send out distant healing to everyone, it is all helping us to expand into our divine self, our divine being. All right. So we are at the end of the show right now. I apologize. I know we did have some callers that have came in and some that we're holding. We were not going to. I guess it's just I never know what's going to happen. I let the guides and the ascended masters and them pretty much run the show. So there wasn't time for callers today, but thank you so much for everyone that did make comments. It was fun. It really was. All the live comments. It was great. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Again, whether you listened live via the radio or watched me live on Facebook Live. Catch me here every Monday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Goldylocks Productions page. And this is where I will be going live via Facebook. So, thank you. Thank you, Amanda. I'm going to put that on there too. Thank you. See, we're all here to help each other. And it's one thing to know this and channel this information, but all of us together, we make it happen. All right. So what do I mean by that is, as you know, you give healing, you're receiving healing. And that's the beautiful part. We're all sitting in sacred circle together. Thank you so much for the giving and the receiving. And I'm very grateful. Tune in next Monday evening, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Many blessings, everyone.